As you may already begin to wonder what happens when the mind starts listening between the words, when learning becomes remembering, and remembering becomes re-becoming. A version of you who never doubted the truth. Every problem contains its own solution, if only you choose to look at it differently. But don't believe me yet. Not now. Just because I said so. Because a belief, like a seed, doesn't grow through force. It grows through repetition, curiosity, through being watered with attention and emotion, until it becomes who you are, without you even knowing how it happened. Now consider this. A man once stared at a locked door. He pushed, he pulled, he blamed the door. Why won't it open, he asked. But the moment he turned around, he saw it wasn't locked at all. He'd been pulling a door, clearly marked push. Isn't that how many problems are? The answer waits patiently on the other side, not behind the door, but behind the perception. And so you may begin to feel that shift right there, right now, where the problem once sat heavy. There's a little space, just enough to breathe, just enough to ask, what is this problem trying to teach me? That question, that empowering question, is a key. Not to a solution out there, but to the awareness in here, where the solution always lived. Sleeping like a lion behind a curtain. You begin to remember something you never learned, but always knew. Some people look at a map and say, there's no road. But others look again and say, maybe I was reading it upside down. Because every problem is a map mislabeled, a story mid-chapter, a photo before the flash. Reframe and suddenly, what once looked like failure becomes a first draft. What looked like a dead end becomes a detour with a view. And the terrain doesn't change, but your eyes do. Your perception shapes reality. A man saw a clock always stuck at 3:17. He said it was broken, but his wise daughter said, it's still right twice a day. And so the man learned, the pattern reveals the purpose, when you stop resisting and start noticing. That's the lesson. Look not at what's wrong, but what's repeating. What's the lesson hiding in the loop? What's the gift trying to get through? You're not a problem haver. You're a solution finder in disguise. You're the sculptor, not the stone. And when the sculptor stares at the block, he doesn't say, this is just rock. He whispers, inside this stone is the shape that's been waiting for me. And chisel by chisel, thought by thought, you're carving something, someone, a resilient thinker, an optimist, a relentless learner, the one who asks, what's next, instead of why me? And that's how you begin to install a new identity without effort. Because it was always yours, just waiting. It's not the problem that needs fixing, it's the way you name it. Call it an obstacle, it becomes heavy. Call it a puzzle, and curiosity awakens. You've done this before, haven't you? Remember the time something felt impossible? Until you took one deep breath and asked the right question, and suddenly the mountain moved. That was you. It's still you. Imagine walking through a forest and whispering trees. Each leaf holds a solution. But only those who quiet their minds hear the answer the wind is carrying. Now, what if every I don't know was actually I'm about to find out? That's how we learn from problems. That's how we remember that feedback is just success and rehearsal. Every problem has a solution inside it. Every challenge contains its own lesson. Every setback leads to a setup for something greater. Say it, feel it, see it, now be it. Problems are the raw material for transformation. Solutions, they're simply truths that haven't been revealed yet. You reveal them by asking, looking, listening, becoming. You're not learning this, you're awakening this. There's a story of a chess master who only improved when he began playing himself, not because he wanted to win, but because he learned to see from both sides. Each challenge is like that. an invitation to play both sides of the board, to become the observer and the player at once, and in doing so realise the problem were never the pieces. It was your point of view. And now your view is expanding. You can see possibilities where others see limits. You do feel solutions emerge already. You're transforming the way your mind maps the world. You've always been capable of this. And you'll find the more problems that you face, the more powerful you become. Because you know how to look at them differently. What if the solution is already forming right now? What if the problem was just a question, and now you're asking the right ones? How can I solve this? What's useful about this? What part of this am I ready to outgrow? What if the challenge is actually a clue? What does this situation want me to become? Imagine your mind as a garden, and each belief you're installing now, each idea, each knowing, each shift. It's a seed falling into the fertile soil. You don't need to check every hour. You don't need to force the roots. Because the moment you plant the right beliefs, the rest take care of itself. You water with repetition. You nurture with imagination. And you grow with action. And isn't that beautifully inevitable?